Hello, you want to buy something? So,
I don't know.
you don't know if you want to buy something?
I,
I'm going to convince you that you're going to buy something.
I don't want to slam the door in your face. I'm leaving it open.
Okay.
Is that my first mistake?
Yeah. I guess the first mistake was I forgot to mention our sponsor. Poor Trav's, Blue Circle, Deli, and Market, Elizabeth in Tennessee. Go check them out. Buy a sandwich. You know, they've kind of revolutionized the sandwich industry because here's how it works. You go in and tell them what kind of sandwich you want.
Mm-hmm.
They make it.
Yeah.
You give them money, and then they give you that sandwich. I don't know. It seems like it works really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's a way to sell things.
Yeah.
There's another way to sell things, which is going door to door. And I personally think this has got to be one of the toughest jobs to do.
Oh, it's fireman, fighter pilot, door salesman.
Yeah. So if you don't have 20/20 vision, don't want to get burnt, you can do that, and it's going to be tough. So I have a few stories about door-to-door salesmen. For some reason, they like to come to my house. I don't know why exactly. I have bought. I'll start out with this one. I've bought one thing from door-to-door salesman.
That's it. You're on the list.
It was a cantaloupe.
Oh.
A guy in it was an all-white van, no windows. Pulls up one night. It was at night.
At night. So
Yeah.
you hid your children.
He knocks on the door and he says, "Hey man, you want to buy a cantaloupe?" And I'm like, "Not really." He had one in his hand, and he handed it to me, and it was like super duper ripe, like squishy.
Ooh.
And I was like, "Man, I'm not buying that. That's rotten." He's like, "Oh, well, I've got more." He's like, "Oh, you don't want to eat it now?" Like, no, I don't want to eat a rotten cantaloupe. So he goes back to the van and brings us a good one.
Okay.
And I don't even remember how much it was, but I bought one.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've ever bought door to door.
He put it in your hand, though.
Yeah.
See, that's
You can
that's salesman 101 right there.
feel this melon in your hand.
If you put it in their hands, they're going to buy it.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't buy that one, but you did buy.
I did buy it, yeah. Bought a cantaloupe. Now, some of the other people that have come to my house, one memorable one, it was a woman, so a door-to-door salesperson.
Yes.
She wanted to sell me cleaner, and I said, "No, thank you, ma'am. We have cleaner already that we like."
We're good on the
And
cleaner.
she said, "You don't understand. This is the best cleaner." And of course, she's going to tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "No, we have cleaner." And she says, "I noticed at the time we were trying to sell our house." She said, "I noticed you have this sign in your yard. You're trying to sell your house, and I also noticed you have an oil stain in your driveway." It was like like this big. She's like, "Nobody's going to buy your house with that oil stain."
Oh. She's right.
She said, "My product will take the oil stain off your driveway, and you'll be able to sell your house." And I said, "No, thank you, ma'am."
She said, prove it.
Yeah. She didn't give me a demonstration, but she left perturbed. Another one. This guy comes to the door. At this particular time, my wife's parents were at the house with us. And when you open our front door, you can see straight into the dining room table there. My father-in-law was sitting at the table facing the door. So the salesman saw him. Now I think, assumed my father-in-law was the head of the household because he kept looking over my shoulder trying to sell insurance to me, but wanted to get to him.
You thought you were just some punk kid that answered the door.
Yeah. Some 30-year-old mooch staying home or whatever. But anyway, I finally got rid of him. I think the most interesting one, though, is the guy.
You have a lot of experience with these
I'm
people.
cutting it down, too. There were more. These are the best ones.
You have to be on some sort of bad list, man.
But first, let me tell you this. When I was a kid, there was this truck called the Schwann's truck. Do you remember this?
They are still around,
They're
actually.
still around.
Yes.
Now, when this first came to our house, I thought this was awesome. There's a refrigerated truck with like sweet stuff.
Everything.
Yeah.
They'll feed you. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just something you don't want.
Yeah. And what we would buy were those little frozen pizzas.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so old, I guess. This was like a new thing. These round frozen pizzas. And they were awesome. They were like deep dish.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't find them anywhere else. Then they eventually started selling them at Sam's, so we
Yeah.
stopped by the Schwann's guy. But anyway, they also would sell frozen meat, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, that segues into my next door-to-door salesman who came to my house. A guy in a little pickup truck, like an S10 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that guy.
He had a chest-type freezer in the back of his truck. And he said, "Hey, man, you want to buy some meat?"
The answer is yes.
You want to buy
Always.
meat out of the back of my pickup truck. Yeah, I think he had like a...
It should have been, how much meat do you want?
Yeah. He didn't put the meat in my hand, so I didn't buy it.
There's sanitation reasons for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't even see the meat. We never got that far. I don't know if it was wrapped up in saran wrap or what. But he said, "You want to buy meat out of the freezer in the back of my pickup truck?" And I said, "No, sir, I don't." But I said we have frozen steaks in our freezer now because my uncle would gift like a box of steaks to some of his family members, and that is the truth. They were in our freezer. The guy came like January, February, something like that, and he didn't believe me at all. He thought I was making this up, so he got mad. He was irate.
The meat guy was
He
mad.
was mad. He's like, "I'm trying to make a living here, man, selling meat." And I said, "I'm sorry, but I don't want to buy it." And I don't think he grasped the concept that, it's a two-way street when you're selling things. One person has to offer the thing, and one person has to want to take it. I didn't want to take it. But he finally left. Before he did, he said, "The guy that lived here before you bought the meat."
Well, wait right there, man.
I'm convinced now.
I take it all back. Here is all. Can I just write you a blank check?
Yeah, just give me all of the meat in the
I feel
back of
bad.
the pickup truck.
Wow.
So,
You got to have a certain set of skills to be a door-to-door salesman.
a freezer in the back of your truck would be a good start, I guess.
So, door-to-door salesmen, what are your... Let's hear your stories from the other side. Do you have any horror stories or great stories? Can you match this guy's?
Can you sell something to me?
More than likely, they probably already have. Leave your comments and subscribe, all that fun stuff. But don't forget, comment for the internet picture of the day. See you guys next time.